And there he is. Okay.
You, as soon as you said it, I said lost connection. I said, "Oh, you don't want me to go live? That's fine." I said, "Really?" So I hit the button.
Brothers, it's official. The red light is on. We are just a few days away from the 2026 Royal Rumble.
All right.
Who is going to win? We have the men's rumble, we have the women's rumble. Somebody is going to be crowned the one that is up next to main event WrestleMania. Not to mention, we have Sami Zayn getting the opportunity of a lifetime against Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. And unfortunately, what we discussed last week, AJ Styles versus Gunther, with his career on the line and more. We got to get all we got to get to this. Brian is just making night gestures. You're not Steph Curry, and I don't appreciate it. But who else is better to have this conversation than a wrestling run? Because we got to figure out, hey, who is the WWE trying to hook their wagon up to? Who is going to be the next breakout superstar? Who is a main event waiting to happen? All that and more. Let's not waste any time. Let's get it.
Houston, we have a problem.
And on this Saturday, we will pay homage to a legend in AJ Styles. Woo!
That was clever. Ooh, welcome to the Wrestling Around Now podcast, where we take a deeper dive into the world of professional wrestling. Now, I'm your host, yours truly, the realness, the real Dwayne Allen, and I is in the building. And he is your host, Mr. Super Producer, Brother Hugh is not in the building, but he's still known as A to the A to the S. I can't believe he won. C to the A to the E, 3 to the R to the D is not in the building. More on that later. And he is your host, not just any guy, but the Belt King, Brandon the Guy is in the building, and he is your host still in 2026, the villain amongst villains, because he trolled me before the show started about AJ Styles, and I'm not for it. The heart and soul, the man, the myth, the legend, and still Mr. Still Your Guy Thing Show, Hollywood. Brian H. Waters is in the building. You have to excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm watching some WWE 2K25 action. It's a lot of debauchery going on. It's a lot of stuff that's it's a lot of shenanigans going on that I'm not appreciative of, that I may or may not be involved in. But welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Around Now podcast. Of course,
my spidey senses is wondering how do we like hook it up to the screen?
that was a suggestion that Tyler. It's Tyler's birthday today, so happy birthday to Tyler.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah, he suggested that as well. He's like, wouldn't it be cool if you did like the stream where you play the game? I was like, yeah. I thought he was talking about like right then and there because I had a match. But I was like, it's something we have been trying to figure out. But it's this.
Even if you just did right now a double camera, and you know, just brought, you know, you took your phone, filmed it, and that's like the little action that's happening in the corner. Wow, the show. But then but that would be fun. It's all the more we talk about wrestling and then talk about what we're seeing on our screens at the same time. But
that's exactly his suggestion, and I'm like, bro. But the shenanigans that go on with these Baldwin brothers, it's just I never go into business against people with the same last name. They are just the level of. I told him I was going to put him on blast on the show as I started the show. The level of cheating that goes on. Oh boy. It's just ridiculous. I have been put in situations where I've had to jump through hoops. I've had to be in multiple gimmick matches, and I have not gotten one world title match. But you know, for some reason, every brother has had a world title match. The little one, I don't know how he has had 5, but you know,
have you even had a tag team title match? Maybe tag team.
Yeah, but they all want to be world champions. They've changed the belts.
Oh, nobody wants to be a tag team champion.
I'm willing with integrity. I earned my way. I earned my first. I'm a solo act. I'm not teaming with none of them. They offer me a chance. I'm like Booker T and NWO. Hey man, I'm a solo act, right? I earned my keep. I earned my ratings. I earned my overall. These guys, they out here patting stats, doing whatever they want to do. But I wanted to make sure I let the world know what type of cheating is going on in my world. But yeah, this is it's Royal Rumble season, so it's a lot of pro wrestling going around. So it's everywhere. And guess what? If you landed on this show, it's going to be here too. So we're here, gentlemen.
One more thing about the 2K.
Huh?
We want to see your character, bruh.
Oh, my character's fire. I'm gonna put together a video. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get that screenshot. You know, the PlayStation, they make it so much easier now. You got the PS app, the PlayStation app.
Yep.
Screenshot it, download it, put that joint so the people can see what the real Dwayne Allen looks like. And I mean, they think you AI anyway. Yeah. Well, artificial intelligence.
Send me those technical instructions so I can do that. So I can show people what I look like, because they. First of all,
the last time I created a character, I think it was SmackDown versus Raw.
No, see, you got it. See, T Money.
I don't think I created.
Here's my issue with him, it's his birthday, but I'm putting him on blast.
Yeah, we got it. That's how we celebrate.
No, he has to change his outfit every 2 matches. It's ridiculous. I said, what are you doing? Like every 5 seconds.
You, the gear guy, got a problem with that?
I have a problem with it because he has a different identity. Your gear is supposed to represent who you are. I'm not changing my gear. Every time he changes his gear and his entrance, he looks like a different wrestler every single time. Besides his dreads, his tattoos on his body.
He's changing his gimmick.
Bingo. It looks like he's changing his gimmick every time he changes his gear. And I'm like, bro, come on now. What are we doing?
So he's just not doing a color change. He's doing a.
No, he changes color. He changes everything. 1 minute it's a John Cena jersey. Next minute it's a Chris Jericho jacket. Next minute and the one thing that pisses me off that he won't change is those stupid furry Wrestle Mania 30 Daniel Bryan goat boots. He keeps those.
He's probably doing that to poke at you. And he is probably doing it on purpose.
He won't change. So I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disgruntled, but there's a lot going on. I'm under a lot of emotional stress with AJ Styles this weekend. Royal Rumble is, smack dab in the middle of Riyadh season with all the spectacular things that are going on during this time of year in Saudi. I think they just literally built a stadium just for the event. Like, who does that? It's cool because when
you add a zero, you can
add another zero. You can do whatever you want to do. How do you find a parking lot and decide we're going to build a stadium right here? Like, so there's no existing stadium, but we're just going to build one. But it's okay. They do have a lot of
land. We have a land right there. Just put your stadium right there if you want. Have your wrestling show there if you want.
But yes.
Oh, when is it? We'll start it in 20 days. It'll be done.
Yeah, it's the efficiency of adding another zero. It always goes a long way. But you know what else goes a long way? Winning the Royal Rumble. This is a special time of year. Brian H. spends an extensive amount of time like it's a holiday and goes and watches a bunch of Royal Rumbles and analyzes and breaks it down. And, he keeps his mind fresh. He's got his own stats, matches, and all these great things that and I expect no different this year. WWE Royal Rumble. But this side I view it as this Good Brothers is the road to WrestleMania. Now, when it comes to WrestleMania, this is how it all starts. But speaking of how it all started, in 2026, this is not just any Royal Rumble. This is a special year because this is the year where the wrestling realm celebrates 15 long years of being in existence. So not only do we get a chance to celebrate our 15th anniversary with the Royal Rumble, we also get to celebrate who will be crowned next. So if you wonder why everything looks the way that it does, is because we are doing things that you've probably never seen us do before. We pull back the curtain, we pull back everything. This is going to be a fun year, just like this year's Royal Rumble. But if you want to go back and check out what the wrestling realm has done for all these years, take a quick look. And there you have it. 15 years of the wrestling realm. Thank you all for hanging with us. It's been a long ride. It's been a lot of fun. and we will be celebrating. Thank you. I appreciate the applause. We've been doing some wonderful things. We have a lot coming this year as we choose to celebrate, man. We've gone back into pre-production. There's a lot of things that we have coming down the pipeline. As like I said, we'll spend the entire year celebrating, and this is why this year's Royal Rumble is going to have a special place in our history, because there's so much you can say about this event. There's so much you can say about what it does for the superstar who actually wins this event. But going on to have the opportunity to main event WrestleMania is a big deal. Not to mention, like I said, we have some coming of age moments. We have Sami Zayn getting this long deserved WWE Championship title shot, and against Drew McIntyre, out of all people. It's someone that we've always thought just kind of deserved to have this moment to go into this big event as the heel. But I'm struggling with heels right now. I don't like them. They're big meanies, especially one that is forced my favorite wrestler to put his career on the line, which I don't appreciate. But nevertheless, we don't have time to get into that because we have to start the show. So, good brothers, are you ready to do this? Are you guys ready to start the bell? Are you ready to get this show on the road?
We ready. Yeah.
Now keep singing.
Let's get it.
Let's do it. So we're going to ask our co-host Apollo, Creed, and Rocky Balboa to do us the ceremonious honor of starting the show by ringing the bell. Gentlemen.
Want to ring the bell? Ding, ding.
Every week we do a segment called What Did You Watch? Now, what's the point of this segment? Is because the brothers, we watch a lot of wrestling. We consume a lot of the product to make sure that our minds and our hearts are in the place to have the most proper and intellectual pro wrestling conversations so that you all can enjoy the perspectives that you may not have paid attention to, which is why we have this segment, so we can catch up on pretty much what did you watch. So, good brothers, without further ado, let's get into What Did You Watch? Brought to you by a good friend at SeatGeek. If you're looking to purchase tickets to concerts, live shows, sporting events, and more, head over to SeatGeek.com where you can use our promo code Wrestling Realm for any one-time purchase of $50 or more. That's promo code Wrestling Realm on any one-time purchase of $50 or more. All right, good brothers, what did you watch? Who wants to tackle it first? Good brothers, talk to the people. What did you watch this week?
I'll go first because mine is short and sweet. Oh, my fault.
Go ahead. Knock it out. No, brother guy, you were missing last week. Go ahead.
Well, because I was short and sweet, and I didn't get a chance to watch as much wrestling as I normally do. But you know how your algorithm starts picking up stuff and trying to tell you to watch certain things?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, in the last probably 4 days, and I don't know why, maybe something major happened I didn't know about, and probably from my algorithm when we talking about it, I've gotten a lot of Shinsuke Nakamura matches popping up, more importantly from his New Japan time.
Mm-hmm.
And him versus Kota Ibushi popped up, and you know how they only give you the highlights of it, and the highlights made me say, "Oh, wait a minute." So then I start going down the Shinsuke Nakamura rabbit hole, and I'm going to say this: I think 2026 there's still some hope for us to have one last run for Shinsuke before he puts it up, because I think he's going to be the next wave of his time meter.
He's been getting really emotional lately.
Yes, and he's trying to show signs of the King of Strong style. I noticed that recently, especially with that match with him and AJ at Saturday's Night Main Event. That should have been that WrestleMania match. I said, yeah, Shinsuke still got something left in him. So I think he's going to be the one to watch this year, not as in the world champion, but probably the one that's going to give us these good matches so that way he can end on a high. But that's what kept popping up, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Him as Intercontinental Champion kept popping up too. Remember when he was doing all the stuff with the crowns, and he was really leaning into his king gimmick. He was really the what do they call him? Not the rock star Shinsuke. Was he the rock star? No, what was they calling him?
When he was with Rick Boogs.
No, this is in New Japan.
When he had
what was he called?
He had this big crown. I forgot what
he had this big crown, and sometimes he came out with the cape, and then he would always have the title under, and then he would reveal the title and start doing this when he came to the ring. What was I think he was the Rockstar Shinsuke or something like that, wasn't it? Is that one of the nicknames? Because I know he's the King of Strong Style. I can't remember what else they said, but that's part of how they tried to recreate that with Rick Boogs. But of course, we know how that worked.
Yeah, terrible.
That's the time we don't talk about Shinsuke.
Nah.
Yeah.
No,
you can't swallow.
You can't go wrong with anything Shinsuke right now. He's over in Europe. Goodness gracious, they love him over there. He main evented that entire tour from my recollection. But Yeah, man. Shinsuke's he's been getting he was getting emotional with Tanahashi, and he was getting emotional when WWE went to Japan and AJ said what he said, and he kind of made it clear, like, look, man, I'm watching all my guys I've came up with, or I've made money with around the world, start to wind things down. And he's like, before you know it, it'll be almost my turn. I was like, oh no, Shinsuke, not you too, but it's inevitable.
Just hope they don't put him and Brock in the same ring, because I think that was that time it was okay. I don't know. I don't need to see that ever again.
No, unless they let Shinsuke be strong style. Let him be violent. Let Brock just deal with it. But different story for a different day. Brian H, talk to us. I'm curious to see what you watched this week.
Which role?
Well, if you go back and look at this week's Wrestling for the Culture, you will see that it actually wasn't that much of a WWE centralized show.
What? Because breaking news, everybody.
Wow, because I went across the pond, man, and I went to France.
Wait a minute. Did you just say this was not a WWE centric show?
And a week of the Rumble. Look at the Rumble breakdown.
Look at the if you look at the cover, it features Athena, who crossed 1,140 days. And you know what, realness? I meant to tell you this, but I don't think you'll get mad. I threw a clip in here. It's only 42 seconds.
Well, no, let it rip. I was about to ask you, did you? I didn't want to say it on the air, but since you did, even better.
Yeah, it's right here. I
was watching that, and when I saw the clip, that's the beauty of social media clips. When you scroll in and you see something like that, I said, oh man, wait, okay, dope intro. So then I go on social media, and I see it skyrocket. I saw people talking about it, and then I listened to the song. Then you had people asking for it on the Spotify playlist. So, of course, the wrestling fan I am, I go do my due diligence, and I go look them up. And, man, obviously impressive in the ring. He is your current WXW European champion. He retained that over the weekend. And it just brings on the conversation about the point in getting over.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Ricky Sosa. The song just got out of my head this week.
Back in it now.
I know, all week. You seen it trending on Bleacher Report, all the dirt sheets. Everybody was talking about the entrance that Ricky Sosa has. And shout out to Muscle Man Malcolm. Because I saw the interview on one of his clips first, so I actually reached out to Malcolm and got his blessing to put a clip from their interview inside that show. So you'll see that. Yeah, and also it's a guy named Kuro over there. He's actually the APC World Champion over in France.
Went viral right before that one.
Yeah, so a couple bangers over there.
I did the same thing, Brian H. I had to go check it out. Say, wait a minute, because I saw it randomly, just like you did, and I was like, wait a minute, there's something going on around here.
Exactly, and so just watching that, I'm like, all right, cool, so I had to, I go over there and I'm looking at the entrances. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And also shout out to the real belt collector, the real _belt collector, because he put that their belts debuted for the promotion over there in France. So they made a lot of those belts over there. So shout out to them. He commented under the Instagram post. But yeah, definitely this week, I even watched some MCW Pro Wrestling and some clips.
I'm just so reluctant to say that, though. It's the home fed.
No, that's not my home fed. That's no. You
don't claim it.
I don't have a home fed. There's the theory in wrestling that when something you're home fed, that means you can't go anywhere else. That's the way some promoters like to do. So no home fed. Equal coverage opportunities here, and shout out to. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell y'all, these Saturdays and Sundays be busy because I'm scrolling up and down looking, okay, what are the people doing so we can cover more wrestling for the culture and making sure, it's a well-rounded show. Of course, the first episode back was, a lot of WWE and AEW, but now, it's mixing it up. Tonight, Swerve, which we'll probably talk about, Swerve was in the main event with Andrade. He fell short. But But so and then obviously Keanu Carver last night on NXT, him and Jada Parker both was successful. So they'll be covered. We got the Royal Rumble, but we'll also see what else is happening around town, as we say, and across the pond. Because, like I said, shout out to Ricky Sosa and Kuro.
Yeah, I didn't know that promotion was in France. I was like, wait a minute, let me see where this is at. And then I saw it, and I was like, oh, this is a French promotion.
I see what you mean when you watch like a New Japan and you rather listen to the Japanese commentary because you get the authentic hypeness.
Yeah.
So when I'm listening to these entrances and Kuro versus Michael Oku for the APC World Championship, I watched that, and like I said, just I don't understand what they said, but it's. What did Stephanie Valkyrie say? Her first language was wrestling.
Yeah.
It's just something about it that you could just you just understand it. So, but yeah, that's what I was watching, man. I'm walking around shoveling snow, bang, bang. So.
No, that's tough though. It's funny because these are the biggest thing I think that probably took everybody back so much. These are young guys. Like these are young. This is young. Like we're seeing guys like Leon Slater and Javon Evans kind of cut their teeth at very young ages, 21 and 22.
The industry is getting younger.
Yeah, and it's the understanding that this is the young man's game, and we have to constantly create new superstars. But it's good to see that as superstars are being created in in the mainstays that in the global scene.
Yeah,
hey, we're moving to the next generation, which I think is really, 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 really cool. So that's pretty dope. I've what did I watch this week? It's been a little bit. I'm gonna tell you what I watched. I was watching a lot of old Tommaso.
Hold on, sorry, I just admired your Royal Rumble over there.
Did you notice it?
I was sitting there like
I didn't think you'd notice it because of the
because I'm not an action figure guy, but. I know you. Every frame is intentional. Every frame in every block of television. Look, y'all, I've worked with him for 15 years. And the thing is, I work with him in school with school projects. So
what is he?
Yeah, that's why people will see us. They be like, "Oh yeah, we ain't surprised y'all still rocking and rolling."
No, come on now. That was never going to work. But yeah, now there is one adjustment that I have to make. So this is my independent group, right? This is IPW. This is Independent Pro Wrestling. These are all my free agents, and mingle. We come together. I put these are easy. These shows are easy to book.
Are they ID talent?
No, these shows are easy to book. It's because they're just in and out. It's not. I don't got to write storylines for them. Now I brought somebody here who's going to make his debut in IPW. It was this gentleman right here. Because after last week we spoke, and I assumed that we were going to get the next global superstar, but I don't think it's going down like that. Is because I turned on my my TV today, and a good friend of ours, good friend of the program, and one of our favorite pro wrestlers of all time, Mark Briscoe, TNT champ, just won his match, and he came, kind of called out his next opponent, and made it very clear that this Saturday he was going to be defending the title once again, as a true defending champion does. And there was a debut of someone, and the word "Psycho Killer" showed up on the side. Now the AEW audience seemed to be oblivious at first, but then of course it is clear Tommaso Ciampa has officially debuted and in AEW. So I have to take this guy. I got to move him from my independent space, and I got to put him in my AEW section in my house. So it's like, okay, all right, well, he's still booked. He has his dates. He's got to complete his dates for IPW. But he's not going to stay long. He's not going to stay long. So he's got to, him and Karrion Kross will face off for a little bit. I got him booked. Anyways, but yes, Tommaso Ciampa has he showed up in AEW. Now we talked about this last week, and Brian H., you and I didn't disagree. We didn't agree. We were talking about, hey, what's next for Tommaso Ciampa? And you had made it clear, hey, I don't think he's going to be a big star. Like, he's not going to be a big star. He may get more but it doesn't seem like it's promising. TNA or AEW. And I said, well, I don't think I necessarily agree with that, but not because of what you said, but because there's still a third option, I guess. He could take the global front. He could travel the world. He can be the number one global superstar in the Indies. That is that Matt Cardona is re-signed with WWE. And, you're like, oh, okay, well, I didn't see that. I guess that is an option. But he is older. He does have a family. And look at that. And that is something that it's a driving force. But in just less than a week, he has made his debut on AEW, and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm fine with it. I'm happy for him. I got another reason to watch AEW. He fits in over there, but I just don't trust. I don't trust AEW. For how long? What are we going to see him on? He'll
be with Don Callis' family next week.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Anyway, but
he's gonna be with the Don Callis family. Everybody goes there. He's not gonna be by himself for too much longer.
Yeah, he's going to have a group. How do you guys feel about Tommaso Ciampa making the decision to go to AEW? Didn't have to wait. Contract is up. Free agent, and he came out with gear. He came out with new music. He came out with Titantron and everything. So this is clearly this is calculated. But
I mean, if you can go right afterwards, honestly, it probably makes sense. I mean, I know I said, and I still stand by that his best days are behind him, in my opinion. But I mean, obviously, he could prove me wrong.
I think you're wrong. No, honestly, I watched the old stuff.
Yeah, if not too many people, most people got to sit on ice for 90 days. And shout out to Krista B. We was talking about this earlier. The fact that he finished out his contract, said thank you, boom, boom, boom. He can go do what he want to do. So it's like, well, I just had a banger on TV with Mellow Hayes. Why not?
Walk out the door.
Yeah, walk right out the door, show up. It's kind of like they sometimes, Flair did it when he lost the perfect in a leaves town match, showed up on WCW. So it's like at the height of relevancy as opposed to taking the risk, because things do move fast in AEW. Sure, everybody makes a debut all the time, but who knows who's going to come, what stories are going to get hot. Go out there, go with Mark Briscoe, get your 15 minutes of fame, and then be on ROH next week.
Yeah. How about you, brother guy? I'm personally looking forward to Tommaso Ciampa and Mark Briscoe, because it's Tommaso Ciampa was in a very different space when him and Mark Briscoe were under the same roof at the time. But this is a different Mark Briscoe. This is a different Tommaso Ciampa. But judging, I'm gonna say my comment. How do you feel about this, brother guy? I'm gonna make a good one, Brian. You're gonna like this one.
I have two feelings about it. One, I'm okay with it because he was the company guy for so long. He did everything. Yeah. He did everything WWE asked him to do, because that probably was his end goal to get there. Worked his way through NXT, main roster, did everything he was supposed to, even the stuff with Miz that we seem to forget, right? And I don't doubt him. He's getting older. So go get more money to do less shows, because they probably paid him either matches,
they paid him.
So yes, go over there where you can get the money. The thing that sucks is that we all are waiting for we forgot he was even there. Or he's with a faction, because that's what AEW does. He's going to give you the big old debut. He's going to be there. Great. But then is this his retirement that he's like, you know what? I got to worry about my family. I am getting older. I can have these bangers, or I can get back to the ROH roster, because the ROH roster has a lot of new people that he could benefit from doing what he did with NXT. He could help make those stars that could actually flourish and actually give on that knowledge to those other stars. I think that he'll get lost in AEW side, but the ROH side, he will flourish. So, I
don't disagree with you. I would love to see him at the top of Ring of Honor again, just so he could be featured again. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is the top guy. Because it's usually a title that I don't say nobody really wants, but it's like somebody's like, I think Athena has done an amazing job carrying the women's Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Like, she gets it. Like, okay, cool. If nobody wants it, then this is perfect, because she's in a featured role, right? And she's a champion and she's breaking records. So it makes sense. If I'm going to be in these matches anyway, I might as well be the champion. Here's what I'm nervous about. One, I don't disagree with you, Brian H. And I don't disagree with you when you say his best days are behind him, is because I watched him in NXT, his old stuff. And I'm like, I don't think the matchups are going to get any better than this, because of the dance partners that we have in AEW. And you think about all the dream matches, right? But the reality is he already showed us where he's going to fit in at over there, because he debuted against Mark Briscoe.
Yep.
He didn't come
He
out
didn't go
against
after
Swerve.
Hangman or Kenny Omega.
Yeah, he didn't go after none of the top dogs.
He's not
I
going
was
to fit
like,
in
all
that.
right, well,
And that's why I
all
joke
right.
about him going to Don Callis family, because it seems like by default, because nobody can be by themselves. He's going to be in some faction that we're going to forget about.
Yeah, I hope that he, you know what I mean, let's enjoy the 15 minutes, because I know it's going to be really good. He does excellent debuts, and we're going to get really good matches and matchups from Tommaso Ciampa in AEW, which I'm looking forward to. He's one of my favorites. I didn't like him in Ring of Honor. He eventually would evolve into what he was trying to become. We saw it in NXT. But Brian A said it last week. I don't think he ever really recovered from that injury. And he never got, and not that he didn't recover, but he never got back to that level where it was like, hey, this dude might be next. But I think he fits in well with in AEW, because that's just his style. Everybody he knows is over there. That whole NXT second, third generation, whatever you want to call that group. But the problem is that generation of NXT never drew for AEW. They never really got a chance for like the undisputed everything. That never worked out the way it was supposed to. Adam Cole just never could get it going.
No.
So Andrade was never. I mean, you
just had to bring up Adam Cole, didn't you?
I did. He was somebody that I wanted to get going, and it just seemed like
as the face of AEW. I did. I'll be honest with you.
I don't understand why he was like, dude, you should be in Kenny Omega's face right now.
Do you know what it felt like being that? And Krista can call the name of the place for that show on Wednesday night, where he ran out there and got hurt, and you saw it was like watching the Sonic rings go out, and it was like you saw all the money when him and MJF were tag team champions.
That was perfect, bro. That was
Arthur Ashe Arena.
Yes.
And being there, and I saw him run out there. He was like, yeah, and then you saw the knees buckle.
Yeah.
And I think between that and Shane McMahon's like two wrestling injuries I've like witnessed in person, I was like, ooh.
That was
like something's not right.
Yeah,
and then that last fight of Adam Cole still bothers me.
Me too.
Anyway.
There's a lot of wrestling things I hate. I might break it down with Brian H on this. That's one of them. The hardest side of the ring. I don't understand it. There's no reason for it, in my opinion. I don't need to see moves there.
I only trust two people doing it. That's Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens knows
with each other. Yep.
Yeah, Kevin Owens knows exactly how to powerbomb Sami Zayn on the ring apron. That's just their thing. Nobody else. I don't see anybody else do that.
He knows the sweet spot.
Kevin Owens isn't wrestling right now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's because he tried to kill himself for Cody. He tried to kill us. He said, "I take all of the bumps to save."
But the crazy part is, though, I thought he hurt his neck in that match. He was fine. I was like, wait, this is not what he needed next surgery. I think it was just accumulation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kevin Owens is out. You know what I mean?
And guess what? He's going to be in Florida this week because Meechin posted that they're hosting a watch party. So I guess
who's going to be in
both
Florida?
of them.
What are you talking about?
Meechin and Kevin Owens.
Oh,
they're hosting a Royal Rumble watch party at
got you.
Dave & Buster's.
Adam Cole, like, what's going on with Adam Cole now?
No. Right. Adam Cole may be there too, for the goodness sakes.
I really wanted him to get going. And Daniel Bryan, another one. Daniel Bryan started having issues again with his neck and his nerves. He's like, yeah, I can't get back in the ring. I'm like, dude, what in the world is going on? But that generation of NXT didn't really draw big for AEW like it was supposed to. I don't want to make it seem like they didn't draw it. Not like they were supposed to. They were supposed to take that to a different space. But they did.
Oh, we had to wait till the next generation, which was Swerve.
Yeah. Swerve had to come up.
Swerve to get a shape. He had to bulk all the way up. That's what he did.
Because Swerve was a skinny guy. But
he get a gimmick. He got a gimmick now. Good for him. The most dangerous man.
But I am happy for Tommaso Ciampa, one of my favorites to this day, and I will be watching AEW to see him more. And hopefully, if he's constantly featured, then you have like next Saturday, I'm going to be watching Collision because I'm going to watch Tommaso Ciampa versus Mark Briscoe, two of my favorites. So that's what I appreciate about AEW. I got his figure, so I'm satisfied. This is the WWE version, so I don't know if AEW is even going to have a toy deal after 2026. It's not important because it's okay. I could just move this guy to my AEW box. But it is what it is. Yeah. It bees what it bees. But that's what I watch. I know there's so much more that we got into, but we have a job to do. We have to discuss the importance of this year's 2026 Warrior Rumble. And just as we always do on this show, we have to ask our $1 million questions before Brian H says what he saw.
No!
Who will win the Royal Rumble? You like how I did that, didn't you, buddy?
That was great. Oh my God. This is how you put a young kid over.
Okay, go ahead.
This is how you put a young kid over. Mm-hmm. I saw Ricky Sosa said, "Let's settle this in the ring." Hashtag bang bang Sosa. I'm like, okay, I'm scrolling on X, right? You know, promoting the show. And he was talking to Ricochet. Because Ricochet quote tweeted, "Bang bang, jobber jobber, emoji king."
Oh, okay. So he's stirring the pot.
Yeah, stirring the pot. That's how I was like, okay, this. I can't say how much of a fan I am of Ricochet right now. Like, everything he's doing feels like gold right now. And he's holding down his championship. You know, they all got belts over there. But it's like the cornier, the more annoying he gets, the funnier, and the more it makes me want to turn. Like, I never thought. I most of the time watch AEW with the volume down, to be honest with you. I'm watching it.
What are you trying to?
Because I'm usually watching or playing a video game, and it's on, and I'm looking at the wrestling.
So AEW doesn't keep your attention to the point where you can't watch it with the volume on.
No,
commentators are too much. The commentators are too much.
It's just how I've watched some wrestling in 2026. Mm-hmm. But when Ricochet comes on TV, everything pauses. He's one of him, Kenny Omega, MJF, and a few others. But it's usually doing promos, honestly. But some of them is just like, okay, whatever. But Ricochet, I'm like, if you'd have told me this 3 years ago when I'm watching this man wrestle Logan Paul at SummerSlam, I'm like, okay, Ricochet's talking. Let me go get something to drink. But now he's got my attention.
I like Ricochet's NXT run. I don't know. I think I might have to go back. I think I might be doing.
He didn't talk in NXT. That's why he didn't talk.
He didn't need to.
He didn't talk.
He didn't need to. He just flipped.
Remember, he had a one-liner, and then that was it. And his music carried him over. Couldn't say
I like
one and
the
only.
more serious. I like the more serious, straight to the point.
Okay.
Ricochet. Yeah, that's just my thing.
He had. That was his gimmick, his entrance. That's all he needed to do.
I mean, he was there for the children. Hey, look, watch this guy do something cool in the ring, and that's what he did. He won.
Cosplay as some superheroes.
Yeah,
that always gets over.
I respect him for wanting to do more, and his heel work in AEW is definitely phenomenal. He's doing an excellent job. He's getting a chance to do work. It really is like Brian. Like I say, Ricochet causes Brian H to stop the game, press pause to see what's going on. That's called drawing power.
Mm-hmm. Okay? The fact that he screamed when he get thrown up in the air is still hilarious to me. The noises he makes. That's the best part.
I don't like how he changes his gear every 5 seconds. I like Ricochet with pants.
It's okay. Yeah. It's okay.
I don't like bikers. But I remember him when he had trunks. That was the time of the day he had trunks, and then he went to pants in NXT.
But he's got Khan with him, and Khan's a draw. The Pan African champion.
Bell-bottom pants. You don't like those bell-bottom pants, right?
No, it pissed me off. I hated the bell-bottom.
No, you know who wears those? Takeshita wears those.
Wears what?
Bikers? Well, they probably not the bell-bottom pants. They're probably more the pants that
he wears. Pants
when he was outside. No, just outside to the ring. He wears the stuff that the Gen Zers are wearing.
Oh, okay.
Like Lil Yachty. I saw him like, wait, what in the world?
Yeah, he's
out there dressing like my son.
He hangs with Shinsuke, so that's how I know how cool he is. I didn't know him and Shinsuke were that cool, but yeah, okay. I was like, that's just like, I don't know if you guys.
That's Unk.
Yeah, it definitely is. You don't. I don't know if you remember when Okada wore those pants. He wore the the Shawn Michaels chaps pants, and everybody would fit in New Japan. Yeah, and then randomly,
I saw clips.
He came out there one day for a title match, And then he snatched the pants off and he had his old gear on and everybody went crazy.
Everybody went crazy.
It was a viral moment for pro wrestling fans. But,
I remember that.
See, everybody's like, dude, we don't like the pants.
I think I saw somebody said, it was this week. They said, basically telling somebody to go through the gauntlet, and if they wanted to dedicate themselves to become a wrestling fan before they watched the Rumble, they had to watch all 5 or 6 matches of Okada and Omega.
It's only right.
That's going to take you That's a whole day. If you think about it, you start at 6:00 in the morning. You know, that's like an AEW pay-per-view. Literally,
wow.
That's the same time as an AEW pay-per-view. You be watching it for 2 days straight. But guess what? You will sit there and say, "Yep, that's wrestling in my brain."
And that will be
a lot of wrestling.
5 stars.
That's a lot of wrestling. That's and then when you finish that, go watch Switchblade and Kenny Omega for the United States title. Then you were like, "Oh, that's more wrestling for my brain." Yep, I think that's enough for now.
Is he hurt?
He's with the Bang Bang Mixture gang of Ace Austin and stuff. Because nobody can be by themselves. Please don't get me started on that.
They were part of the Bullet Club in TNA when they were doing a crossover back when TNA and AEW had a working partnership. It's Impact, I guess, to Impact.
Somebody was hurt, and one of them got hurt, and then it was now this Ace Austin is with him. I don't know why, because they had nothing else for him to do.
Yeah, Chris Bay got hurt, unfortunately. But that I like that group though, the Bullet Club. When it was Jay White, the Good Brothers came back. That added validity to it when they went back to Impact during that time.
No, I'm talking about one of the guns. One of them. Yeah,
it was. I think.
Was it Austin?
I think Austin got hurt.
And then they just put everybody together and said, "Oh, look, it's the
Bang Bang gang." Bang Bang.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, but it's okay. We got to be expecting some type of surprises. We've got to be expecting some type of results from this year's Royal Rumble. So, all right, fellas, let's get down to business. What are we thinking? What are we thinking here when it comes to this year's Royal Rumble? Who will win? Of course, like I said, we're known for $1 million questions. This is a $1 million question. Who is up next?
Realness, can I ask a question before we say our
By all
picks?
means, brother guy. Yes.
So I think we probably need to start with, does the winner go after the WWE Championship or the World Championship? I think that's going to be a big factor in who wins.
Okay. So plot twist. No problem. Here's the thing.
And yes, and I was going to say because of that match.
let's start here.
Now that's going to be the crazy part.
Here at the Wrestling Room, we don't just discuss wrestling. We don't just operate with a level of superior wrestling intellect where we cause you to rethink your own thinking when it comes to the product that we know you love and enjoy. But we are also investigators. I'm talking Inspector Gadget at the highest level. Is there something about this WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn that could potentially give us just a subtle hint at who may be at the forefront of this year's Royal Rumble, at least for the men? We can't address the women yet because there's no women's title matches right now, but at least when it comes to the men, is there any clues in this space? What are we thinking? Does Sami Zayn really have a shot against Drew McIntyre? I mean, Drew McIntyre just won it, but also Drew McIntyre losing to Sami Zayn would spark a whole different feud in itself. Can you imagine if Drew finally gets to this point in Sami Zayn? First of all, Sami Zayn is a proud Muslim. You know, he is from, where is he from? Is he from Syria? Where is Sami Zayn from?
I think he has heritage. His heritage is from there, but he's from Canada, right? But his family or his
he's from Laval, Canada, but his ancestry is Syrian descent.
Okay, so that's what I thought, because I remember at one point when Syria and Saudi weren't on the same page. That
his parents immigrated to Laval.
There we go. So that's what I was thinking. He's of mixed heritage, and his heritage is of Syrian descent. So him going to the Middle East and being able to be amongst, the people and speak the language, that's as close as he gets to kind of a hometown welcome, which is a huge deal when he first showed up, right? Because like I say, at one point he he chose not to. I don't know if he wasn't allowed to due to diplomatic situations, or he just made a moral choice to say, okay, I'm sitting out because of, whatever the conflict at the time was preventing him from saying, I'm going over here to perform on these shows, especially in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia. and in the Kingdom of Jeddah when they used to do Crown Jewel. So now we're here. This is almost going to be like a hero's welcome. This is why you have international superstars on your roster. So when you make towns across the water, you have guys that can handle the audience, and you kind of give them a chance to have this kind of hero's hometown welcome type situation. Does Sami Zayn really have a chance at becoming WWE champion? Now, the story might almost write itself. We do have shows like WWE Unreal where things are happening on purpose and things are being booked for other potential shows and content creation. And I wouldn't be surprised if he stole a win from Drew McIntyre, because maybe Drew McIntyre was never meant to have it for a long period of time based off whatever story that WWE is going on. Is Sami Zayn winning setting up for somebody else, him taking a loss, versus, hey, let's not have Drew take a loss? Or is Drew McIntyre going to be the one to? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, is there any clues in this particular matchup that makes us say, hey, this might be something that helps us to predict who could potentially be up next to win the Royal Rumble? Talk to me, fellas. What are we thinking?
No. I think that the WWE Championship.
What are you saying no to?
Well, it's also based on my prediction for the Royal Rumble winner.
Okay, all right.
That this has nothing to do with it.
Okay. So I don't. So there's nothing about this match that makes you go, that maybe they're telling us something. Maybe we're going in a certain direction. Nothing about this match.
Nah, not at all. I do think it could go either way, because if there's anybody who would lose the title within that many weeks, 3 weeks, and not hurt, it's obviously Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has reached bulletproof status.
Yes. Can you imagine the amount of heat he would get on himself?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
He would have no problem being a bad guy. He would be man. He'd
be the biggest sore loser. Like, if he lost and then he beat up Sami Zayn afterwards, he'd be a sore loser. He'd rob him of his moment. So I don't think I think Drew's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if he lost.
Okay. How about you, brother guy? How do you feel about this?
So it's so many things. And Triple H, I told you I wasn't going to do this, but now we're in 2026. I can go back to doing this. Speculation trade. Problem here is, I think Triple H is paying back those who have been working all of this time, because it's adding to the content creation, like you said. Yeah, and it's like, for Drew to get it at a random time, it was like, oh, international tour, give them something to look forward to. So next time they come back, they're going to sell out an arena again, right? That moment was to pop the crowd to say, hey, next time we come, you never know what's going to happen. And they had the 3 stages of you-know-what match. So the problem with this match is, Sammy wins. Okay, who's his opponent? But we could always do like that year. What year was it, Hollywood, when Bray Wyatt won at the Elimination Chamber and changed the whole scope of WrestleMania?
2017.
Remember, he won the WWE Championship, and I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? And then it became him and Randy for some odd reason. Let's just say that, right? But Sammy wins. Who does he face, or does he drop it at Elimination Chamber? That way you just had to get him through that moment. We've seen this happen. Want Sammy to win, but I think the upside is for Drew, and this is why. If Drew keeps that belt, he's not only going to have the crowd heat. Imagine what's going to happen afterwards. The press conference, everything about the road to WrestleMania is going to be focused on him. If Roman wins that Rumble, he is going to make Roman's life a living hell. He's going to be Roman's heel to the point that the whole crowd is going to be wearing a Roman Reigns shirt, fingers in the air. They are going to make Roman the biggest star probably ever, because Drew is going to put that thorn in his side like we've seen him do it. He did it to Punk. He did it to Cody. He did it to Damian Priest. He's been building to this moment to say, hey, look what I can do. I can be the biggest heel. If he wins, he's going to be running from Jacob. He's not going to want to face Jacob. He's going to be like, no, it's going to turn him into that scare tactic, right? Sure. And honestly, Drew and Cody don't want it. Who cares about that? We don't need that again. You get that to us next year sometime. Give us to us next year by SummerSlam or something.
Let it breathe a little bit. Let it breathe.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. Let them be. So I really, 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 in my heart, want Sammy to win because they gave it to Drew. I'm tired of Sammy, just like I said with Drew. Oh, just give it to him at this point. But then who's Sammy opponent? That's going to be the scary part because now you have the WWE Championship looking like it did when Roman had the Universal title. It might become an afterthought because the World title could potentially be a bigger match depending on who it is as the WWE Champion. And do we really want to? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm saying, do we really want to worry about a night one, night two Mania match? Because last year, night one main event wasn't even for the title; it opened the show. So now you got to think about it. You have the hottest women division that potentially could main event just as much as the men at this point.
Yeah.
Because Stephanie Vancouver with the right dance partner could be night one main event, or depending on who's Jay's opponent, that might be night two, depending on who the opponent. Because with the right star power, they might push that into it. We don't know. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. I want Sammy, but I think the upside is for Drew to keep it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Obviously I'm nervous because you don't know what direction the WWE is going. You know they have a plan. You know they got it mapped out. You know they're already creating content around it. I do see if Sammy would have won it, I definitely see him not holding it long, being a transitional champion, but also
like a Christian.
Maybe not Christian or like a Rey Mysterio, but it's like it's really just to say, hey Sammy, you made it here. It's in the books. You're in this fraternity of WWE champions. No matter how short the reign is, a week or two, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's like what you said. Hey, this is my reward of saying I appreciate the work you've been putting in. You stuck with me. Now we can start doing this the way we want to do it, the way, you know what I mean, how we want to do it. So but here's the magic of Triple H, and I don't mean to go this way, but because Brian H, you just you guys give AOH a hard time.
I mean, Mr. 17-time WWE cover boy.
Yeah,
you opened it up.
No, and I knew it was going to be that, and it's okay. I was like, I know he's going to, slide that in. Brian H has been in his gaming space for a long time now, but at least he's giving us matchups where things don't seem so obvious. He's making us over question things. Some things are maybe it's not as complicated as we make it look, but because he has done things the way he's done things, it keeps us engaged. And I feel like, man, that keeps the butts in the seat. How many Cena matches do we be like, all right, let's see how John Cena wins this match? You know what I mean? When John Cena faced R-Truth at Capital Punishment in DC, it was never okay. Hopefully, this is the type of conversations we used to have. Hopefully, R-Truth looks really good in this match, so he can stay in the main event conversation and
that's
be
true,
something more. Like it was never a situation like, oh snap, R-Truth might actually beat Cena. It was kind of obvious. Versus now it's like, wait a minute, there's so many twists and turns. Now we're questioning everything, and we're like booking ourselves into a shoot where we're tricking ourselves into sticking around because we're looking for something and thinking something's going to happen. It's like, no, we're just giving you a match. We're like, dang it, you guys tricked me. But at the same time, that's what you want. You want your fans to be engaged in what they're watching. So I don't know. But this is what Triple H has given us as wrestling fans. It gives us a reason to stick around long enough. And I think that's the biggest thing. If you can keep people around long enough, the superstars are going to do their jobs. They're going to keep you there. You know what I mean? But the idea of, think about it, Sami Zayn in his home province, he'll be in the Middle East.
He's the only one in a bloodline not to get the title.
He's the closest. I mean, you have that. That might play into Royal Rumble. He's the only person of any type of Middle East descent that's currently on the WWE roster in his space, like right now at the top of the card. You know what I mean? That's the closest you're going to get to a hometown welcome in that setting. And that guy's about to be in the WWE Championship. So it's like he might pull it off. I don't know. They might pull the trigger. You know what I mean? So it's the dynamic that keeps you excited about the potential of, hey, Sami Zayn might do this, or hey, maybe Drew McIntyre might be up next, because once again, we got to move on. But of course, the Rumble comes along, and then that's we start to speculate where it goes, and we're going to get into our Rumble predictions in just a quick moment. But yeah, that should be fun. I'm excited to see what happens here, and I'm interested to see where this goes. But sorry, you have to forgive me. AJ Styles versus Gunther. Oh boy. I don't know. I'm at peace. I know how to. I'm at peace with everything. It's okay.
Are you really?
And I am, because I'm going to be reacting to this. And I told Brian H just early, and there's a preview. When you look at AJ Styles' career, and there's been a couple of revelations this past week. Brother got put into the group text, that kind of this image of like, wait a minute, we've been watching AJ Styles' farewell tour just as much too. And they're like, oh no, I didn't think it was this, but maybe that's what we've got. Of course, the rumbling, and I hate the dirt sheet stuff, but AJ's contract is up in February, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's a little too close. It would be apropos that AJ Styles would retire in the same place where he debuted, as far as the Rumble is concerned. Maybe not the location, but the fact that it's the Royal Rumble, and there's a lot of things that play into it, and it might be a work, it might be just same thing, something to keep us, going along until, like you said, the next season of WWE Unreal. But if AJ Styles does end his career at the Royal Rumble this Saturday, as of this recording, I said to myself, what more does he need to really give us? He has given me, as a fan, everything that I could ever want in an AJ Styles in every era, right? If I got an itch for some TNA AJ, I can watch it. If I got an itch for when he wanted to wipe the TNA stink off of him, I can watch it. I can watch his indie stuff in Ring of Honor, and I can watch his run in New Japan, which kind of got him to what he is. And I can watch endless WWE matches. So it's like, you know what? If he's ready to ride off into the sunset, I support him 100%. If this ends, why not end against the biggest heel in the entire company, in Gunther? We're not going to get deep into this because we had an entire show about this last week, and Brian H stirred the pot with all those social clips. But it's okay. You guys think that it ends this Saturday? What are we thinking?
I think it ends this Saturday, but it's a ... to it. And the only reason I'm saying that, I just feel like it's because he said this is his last year, and we've accepted that. The year doesn't have to end in December. The year could end at WrestleMania. The year could end with his Hall of Fame induction. We don't know what the year looks like, because does he need to face Brock Lesnar again? Does he need to face Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley on a one-off on SmackDown? No, him and Shinsuke was the perfect SmackDown match. I mean, well,
kind of a
Saturday
swan
Night's
song.
main event match.
Like let's
because
end
we
this
needed
way.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we as TNA fans know what him and Chris Sabin did, and we know what him and Alex Shelley did, but the WWE fans don't need to see that,
No,
because
those
Alex
days are
Shelley and
long
Chris
behind
Sabin
us.
are not. Yeah, they're gone. It's fine. We don't need that closure. Only thing that I kind of wish that he would have had that if it was a Samoa Joe still here, or if it was
That would be a big one. Yep.
yeah, if Christopher Daniels was around to be his last match, to
No,
say
nobody
one
wants
last
to see that.
time.
Nobody wants
No, I'm
to see
saying
that.
one last time, and then guess what? That match would be the bookend of their whole career, and then both of them could walk away in the sunset. But I think Samoa Joe would have been this is what we're doing. But
Yeah.
I think, like when you say that, AJ, what does he have left to give us? He really doesn't have anything else to prove. He's the Grand Slam champion in both companies. He's been New Japan World Champion. I'm sorry, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Let me make sure I say the right title that he's associated with. So he's done everything that we as wrestling fans can appreciate, and he probably has the biggest library that we can go back to and say, "Yep, plug and play any match, anytime you just click." Except for that brief period of the Born Ace and the Ace when he had identity crisis.
No,
But
we don't
that's the
acknowledge
times
that.
we won't talk about that. Yeah, we
No.
don't talk about that
No.
because he wasn't getting ready to fly.
No. Wasn't
So,
ready. He wasn't.
yeah. So I just think it's going to be a dot. Unfortunately, I think he loses, but it's going to be a to be continued.
Brian H.
Yeah, man. Sorry, realness.
No, I knew it. I was just about to say, you've been being a jerk about this. You think it's funny, don't you? You think it's
Hey,
funny.
man. Hey, look.
You think it's funny.
Sometimes you just gotta go put them out the pasture.
I knew he was going to say something. I knew you weren't going to say nothing graceful. I knew you were just going to say something like you're talking about like he's Old Yeller, like he's a dog or something, or
I mean,
or something.
I mean, he did have that slip up.
I think that was fake.
No, but in all seriousness though, I would have felt better if my man went after Finn Balor. The fact that he didn't go after Finn Balor on Monday, I said, like he just ruined. a beautiful World Heavyweight Championship match. Like, we finally got AJ Styles versus CM Punk in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
When they talk about we friends for a long time, I was like, oh, both of y'all cut the crap. Because AJ, we know you were sitting up there looking at Punk like, all right, this the guy who was, talking about my good friends. Let's see if you come in here to do business. But I ain't forget what you said about my good friends. So, but, they put on a great match. It's quite frankly, one that we, it's like when CM Punk came back to WWE, AJ Styles was one of the opponents circled for wrestling fans. Mm-hmm. But then for him not to go after Finn Balor, which we know those two have a lot of history.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
Bullet Club leaders.
Boy.
The two most important ones. 3 if you want to count Kenny.
Yeah.
Not to mention we got the Bullet Club reference and the Chaos reference on Saturday Night's Main Event from Michael Cole. So that came from the back.
I can't believe he said that. Yeah.
So I think it's over, bro.
Remember, he called him.
All right. Well, I'm not.
What did Cena doing his intro? Remember? He said
that's when Cena got in trouble. As if Cena can get
so
in
he
trouble.
claims Cena ain't getting no trouble.
I'm sorry.
This is opening up the show.
This is.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, this is opening.
This is before the Rumble. So he can have time to come back in the Rumble.
All right, dudes. Down to business. Here we go. Now we cooking with hot sugar and grease. I don't know why. I don't know where I just decided to say it.
Okay. I was thinking grits, but I was like sugar and grease, but yeah.
It was random. I don't know why I said it.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
Don't.
Here. All right, brothers. We get into the Rumble matches because we're winding this down. So we had the Women's Royal Rumble match.
Mm-hmm.
I know we have all our predictions and everybody's got their own ideas of what they think is what. Talk to us. What are we thinking? Who is going to be the 2026 winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match? Who wants to go? There it is.
I keep thinking Liv Morgan, but upon sitting here and y'all love y'all some Triple H and his references, I'm gonna say this real quick. Make sure you catch me Saturday. I'm gonna be on Those Wrestler Girls live stream, and you will see my live reaction when Roxanne Perez wins the Royal Rumble.
Really? You think he's going young?
He gonna go young. Hey, if you're gonna go young with the women. But I don't think Roxanne goes to WrestleMania. I think it's the dissemination. It's the all right. Bret Hart, 97, right?
Okay, take us back.
Everybody and their mother knows Bret Hart was winning that Royal Rumble.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
Vince Russo gets on WWE Livewire, makes the pick. Bret Hart's winning the Royal Rumble. It's like, who you think will win? He says Bret. Vince McMahon chews him out, calls the audible. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He wasn't ready for Austin to win the Rumble that year, but because Vince overthought it and overbooked it, that's when he said, all right, we're going to go with Austin. And then what happened? They had the Fatal 4 where they made a very controversial finish. Bret Hart wins the title at Fatal 4-Way, and then obviously he lost it to Sid. And then that was the stinker of a WrestleMania main event, probably the worst WrestleMania main event in history between Sid and Undertaker. So I'm thinking Triple H likes playing with history and he likes playing with people's minds, and Liv is going out there saying she's tired of being the runner-up. Who else would tick her off more and draw more heat and get her to the point where she wins the Royal, like she's like, oh shoot, I'm mad, but now I gotta take you out, and that starts to cracks, some more cracks in the judge, because they've been a little too friendly, and we ain't gonna act like both of them. See, Dominic ain't been around, so I'm not gonna sit there and think that Liv is just falling in line, or Roxanne is falling in line. Eventually, she's gonna have to step up and stop being like she did at NXT when she was a babyface. She stopped being happy to be here.
True.
So now I wouldn't bet my money on it, but kind of put something else out there in the ether. I'm going with Roxanne Perez.
Okay. All right. That's a very definitive pick that you made. Like you made it very clear. Hey, this is where I stand. Roxanne Perez. So you decided to go with a young talent. You figure if there's ever a time to go with talent that is young, go with the women. And you have chosen Roxanne Perez. All right, brother guy, you're on the clock. The women's 2026 Royal Rumble match, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Talk to us. Who do you believe is going to win this year's Royal Rumble?
Oh, I'm always going to pick my favorites. And of course, I can't pick Chelsea because she doesn't need this Rumble win because she can be the main event of any PLE at any time. She can
Sure.
be the main event of SmackDown at any time without this Rumble win. And the crazy part is, I think this Rumble win, it seems like the women's one makes a statement more than the men. Because it seems like the past winners have made those statements that, look at me, I'm the marquee, I'm the one that you need to watch. Except for it kind of flopped a little on Bailey. But that moment when she won, everybody's like, finally, she deserves it. And I gotta say, I feel like I like Hollywood Answer, but I was gonna say Liv at first, but it's too much stock in Liv to do that because Raquel is fighting for the world title one day. Then it's gonna be like, oh, is she gonna go after Raquel or is she gonna go after Jade? And she has history with Jade because remember the whole attacker thing. I don't think Triple H will call back that anytime. But I really, really think we're gonna get a surprise. And I know everybody keeps saying go younger, go with people, but I think it might be Alexa Bliss time to get back at the top of the mountain because that 5 Feet of Fury. When you look at her career, she has the audience, she got the ring ability, and her and Charlotte together, that could create some tension between them, especially if she comes out with a title. Because we still ain't see that implode yet. We still haven't seen anything with that. So I'm kind of moving towards Alexa because it's got to be a reason her and Charlotte have been together for so long and nothing's happened. And what better way to sow the seeds of dissension? Triple H plays the long game. Alexa Bliss wins. Alexa Bliss, you don't know who she's going to choose because, Jordan Grace versus Jade right now, and then Raquel and Stephanie, and then she gets it. I'm going that route. And that's after looking at the playing field because everybody else is entwined with something. If you think about it, Asuka is in time with Kyrie. That's perfect on Raw. Don't do anything with that, especially when she yells Kyrie. That's perfect. Sure. Bailey is crazy as much as I love Bailey. She's going through that. Nobody cares about Lyra anymore. Julia and Kalani Jordan are going to probably have a tag team run sometime soon, which I hate how they doing Julia. But I think that everybody has something else they're doing. And I think we overlooking Alexa Bliss because isn't that the one accolade she hasn't won? And she returned.
Interesting. Okay. Alexa Bliss getting back to the top of the mountain. It's funny. It's funny watching Charlotte and Alexa Bliss be on their best behavior, especially with them kind of playing into Charlotte kind of used to being on her own and not like you're not used to having friends, but I'm really trying to be your friend. It's like no, seriously, I'm your friend. But yes, that's
like shirts.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
allies of convenience.
Yes, it just. And it's like it's a mutual relationship. They both like not one is like misunderstanding the nature of the beast. It's like they know each other. It's really fun. It makes a fun dynamic. But if I had to choose this year, who would be 2026 Women's Royal Rumble winner? I'm going to go with the obvious choice. I'm going to go with Liv Morgan. Why? It's because Liv Morgan picks up where she left off. There's nobody that has come in that goes, oh, she's doing a better job than Liv. The trajectory that Liv was on, she was like, I'm not saying she was on Rhea Ripley status, but she was goddamn close. Like she was about to be starting and closing Raw. Like you almost building your whole show around Liv Morgan and what she was doing. The reason Nikki Bella's whole first feud run kind of fell short is because Liv Morgan got hurt. Nikki Bella came out there saying, I'm the legend, I want another shot in this. And Liv Morgan was like, no, it's my division now. I'm like, oh, that's who she needed. Nikki Bella needed Liv Morgan, especially to play that heel, because she made she made her point very clear. This is my division now. There's no divas here. You got it. Like I was like, okay, she's playing to this very well. Then unfortunately she got hurt. But it's like you don't whatever they were going to do with Liv before, they're like, okay, cool. Let's pick this back up. Let's get right back on that train because we weren't done yet. And it's not like Austin goes out and all of a sudden The Rock blows up and it becomes just as popular as Austin. It's not in that situation. There's nobody that's coming and goes, oh, she's replaceable. I love Stephanie Vauquier, but as far as the entertainment value right now, she's just a strong wrestler, which I appreciate. Very dominant, very versatile, gorgeous, everything across the board. But there's no story. There's no meat and potatoes there. But with Liv, there's so many dynamics that you could play into as far as a relationship. Also, I also think this is the beginning of the end of the Judgment Day. It's not necessary anymore. If you look at the Judgment Day, what it was meant to do is news to me as I got older. Anytime you create a faction, the intention of that faction is supposed to get the people in the faction over. Once you do that, you're kind of going about your business. And or the reverse end, sometimes it's just meant to build one person, like in the Hurt Business. It was never meant to get over. It was meant just to build Bobby, which it did successfully, but people are falling in love with the Hurt Business. Not so much anymore. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, the Judgment Day hasn't been the Judgment Day in a while now, right? So it's like you see Raquel and Liv and Roxanne do their thing on one end, and then you kind of seeing Finn kind of like do his own thing. Dom's not there anymore. They got rid of my dog Carlito. JD McDonough is hurt. So it's like we're not really seeing much of the Judgment Day anyway. I can see Raquel, Roxanne, and Liv kind of being a group, and Liv kind of like, okay, cool, you guys work for me now, and that's how we're gonna run things. And then them two might be like, bro, I'm not really feeling this, bro. Like we had momentum, we were doing our own thing, we both had opportunities. Now she's trying to boss us around. It's like you don't need the Judgment Day anymore. Roxanne and Raquel can stay together. I mean, there's no reason for that to change. But and then you have Dom and Liv are just kind of what's it now anyway. Finn's kind of calling his shot. Like, look, we've been doing it. They've been teasing the end of the Judgment Day. Okay, it's run its course. The Judgment Day's got to be one of the most successful pro wrestling factions of all time. Is because it's one of the very few that actually did its job, got everybody involved over. Yeah, like that's what it's created to do.
You see, all the women came out to individual music too for the first time.
But that's what you celebrate, the fact that they could do that now. You know what I mean? And it's like now the fans are familiar with these individual characters. Like, well, do we really need the group? The group doesn't need to put us over anymore because now everybody's as familiar with what's going on. Like I said, JD and Finn can stick together. They're still buddies. We know their history, so you don't have to create anything. We know it. That's his man's for 20 years. He's always going to have his back. You know what I mean? You don't need the group anymore. We've seen them do so many different things, with a person here, a person there, but nothing as the group dynamic. So I think Liv Morgan also is going to like jumpstart. Hey, this might be the end of the Judgment Day. It'll be just Liv and Dominic Mysterio doing their thing, and then everybody kind of goes their separate ways. But I don't see why she doesn't pick up where she left off. Nobody's doing anything to the point where it's like, okay, we know you were hot, but this just kind of jumped off while you were out, and it's hotter. It's just the nature of the business. To me, it hasn't happened yet. So that's why I'm going with Liv Morgan.
But does she need that, though? See, for all those reasons, that's why I don't think because remember when she came back, they played that WrestleMania marquee, right? And you saw all those things, and then finally when she returned, they revealed her. I think that she has that spot without the Rumble match.
We say need like it, but it's like I don't think it's about what she needs. It's about whatever their plans are. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like,
that's like, a plan to give her. Okay.
Yeah, like they like, look, we had plans before. It's not like, oh, we just need her to be a main event. Like, no, we were going to do this and this and this and this and this and this, and we couldn't because she got hurt. It's like, well, it didn't change because, oh, well, she's back now, and it's like, all right, we moved on from that. It's like, well, why? We were going to do all these things before. It's like I don't think they were going with Liv. Let's make this clear. They were going with Liv. Like she was on a different level. Like kind of like I said, it felt like the Rhea Ripley run where like they're going to establish her as a main event player. I'm talking about across the board, not in the women's division. I'm talking about across the board. I don't know. All of Liv Morgan got over without women. She wasn't in women's tag matches. She wasn't because she, was 5-star. No, she got over because she was Liv Morgan. The stuff she was doing, the drama she was involved in, like that's a huge deal when a character gets over. Men or women, it's like when you're beyond the gender, you're beyond the division. you're doing something special. And to me, that's where Liv was before she got hurt. Like, she was starting to go up. Like, everybody wanted to see Liv. It wasn't like, oh, the top women's title match. No, it was just Liv Morgan. Didn't give a goddamn what she was there to do.
What she was doing.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't think it's about like, okay, cool, she's there now. She doesn't need it. Let's see who needs it. No, they just probably have plans for the character.
And that's the thing about the Royal Rumble, that the IWC always gets upset every year. But if you look at the history, the Royal Rumble's always been about, what's the match we're doing for WrestleMania? This is who we're putting in there. It's never about, the Money in the Bank has become, okay, this person gets a boost. Let's see if they're ready for the main event. It's never about that with the Royal Rumble. You look at names like, that person has momentum. They're in the main event, and the Royal Rumble is the icing on the cake. That's what it was for Stone Cold in '98. He was already at the main event. This is the icing on the cake to give him the title. Cody Rhodes had came back. He had everything. Boom, the icing on the cake. Same with Bianca Belair. Like, Bianca was next up for Sasha, but it was that Royal Rumble that gave the icing on the cake. So right now with Liv Morgan, I mean, like I said, that's the person if I was putting money on, because when you look at the landscape of everything, sure, the women's tag division is all the way lit up, but unless I hear that hair whip and it is the 4-year anniversary of her winning her first one, and it will be Liv Morgan is my pick. But if I hear Bianca's music play, Bianca's my pick.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's that's the beauty of it. There's so many different dynamics about this particular situation, but it's something about also the characters and the plans for the characters. You know what I mean? It's like,
and what if Charlotte helps her win Alexa Bliss? Charlotte sacrifices herself and eliminates the other person in the ring, and that's how Alexa wins. Because you got Triple H is doing some wild stuff, and like even with all of those members of the Judgment Day in the ring, Roxanne is going to be eliminating people to help Liv.
Sure. Yep.
It's going to be
But that SmackDown, that women's tag division is too hot on SmackDown. I don't see nobody touching that right now because the Elimination Chamber is coming up. So if anything, I see them all being in a tag team Elimination Chamber to do something different in Chicago.
Instead of six women do a whole tag team.
And Alexa Bliss is a mommy. She's not going to be no women's champion no time soon. She's still sort of a new mommy.
Oh no! Look at Becky.
No, this is a difference though. Becky's got her husband on the road, and she got a bus. Alexa Bliss don't have a bus.
Becky's got a bus? I guess so.
Come on, her and Steph. Remember, Steph? That's where Cody, before he finished the goddamn story, he had to get on Steph's bus.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. They can travel as a family. See, that's always different, especially when you got both
on the same show.
Yeah. You know how that goes. Yeah, so this is going to be good. I'm excited. You guys got me ready for this women's Rumble. Now, all eyes is going to point to that direction. We'll see what happens coming to Saturday at the Royal Rumble. Here we go. This is how we close the show. All right. Now I think we did a pretty decent job with the women. That was pretty good. Now we're talking about the men.
Be careful how you say that. People like to screen record quotes.
I don't think anybody's watching that show is worth a screen record. But, okay. You never know.
Hey, man, we've been booming. We almost at 3,000 subs, man.
Naturally,
right there, right on the cusp.
Yeah, we about 20 subscribers away.
Shout out to y'all. Oh, also Super Chat's available. So if y'all want to, go ahead and bless the wrestling realm, go ahead and hit the Super Chat up here while we live. Just
by all means.
Make that announcement.
Well, thank you, Brian H.
I forgot about it, to be honest with you, and I was like, "Oh,
listen,
shoot, yeah."
Better late than never.
This is what happens when you walk and do stuff as opposed to like write stuff down. You start thinking about like, "Oh yeah, I got to mention that."
Yeah, I've been there before. All right, brothers, it's the men's Rumble. This is the Biela Resistance. Last year we had Jey Uso. Jey Uso became a superstar. He became a single superstar. And in less than a year, the fans turned on him. It doesn't matter. He was still on ESPN this morning. It's terrible. Fans are so fickle. Like Daniel Bryan said.
He was right.
Fickle. He was on ESPN this morning. He was promoting the Royal Rumble. We got a superstar in Jey Uso. Out of the Rumble. Beats John Cena. It kind of kicks off John Cena's, heel turn, which would eventually come. Now it's 2026. There's been a lot of criticism about older guys at the top of the hill right now. Older guys not, there's no younger champions, in WWE right now. All the experienced moneymakers are vets, right? So there's a unique blend of talent in this year's Men's Royal Rumble in 2026. Now, what are we thinking? Who do we think is going to be the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble winner in Riyadh? No.
Fad Tawig.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? Bless you.
Fad Tawig. The new wrestler, the new Saudi Arabian wrestler, powerlifting arm wrestler who just signed.
Who's gonna be probably number 16 that nobody's gonna remember?
Nah, he gonna get a pop.
Nah, he's definitely gonna be there because that's kind of what's with that. Remember when Mansoor debuted when they was in
the greatest Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
And then he used to have a match every year against Mustafa Ali.
Yeah,
that was the signature match. Put it back on TV. We gotta go overseas.
Mason Mansoor are doing an amazing job as what do they call themselves in AEW?
At the MXM male models or something.
It just works, and it works in AEW. So I'm happy for those guys.
And Johnny whatever is with them, entire Valkyrie.
Yeah, I saw something. Calls himself Johnny Wrestler now. Brian H gave him like 30 names last time we talked about him, but Brian H is one of his favorite wrestlers of all time.
Johnny Podcast, watch coming in 5 years.
Oh yeah, it's only a matter of time.
I'm sure later this year.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's coming. Yeah, by SummerSlam it'll be there.
Yeah. Who wants to call it? Who wants to throw the first shot? Who is this year's Royal Rumble winner? This is going to be a little bit more complicated. This is not as straightforward because when you look at the faces on this marquee, it's like, wait a minute now. What are you teasing? What are you telling us? What's the obvious answer? Who does everybody want to win? How are we feeling?
Obvious answer is Roman Reigns. That's the obvious answer.
Okay, now let's slow down. I know we're not gonna take forever. We'll just slow this down. Brother guy, why is Roman Reigns the obvious answer?
Roman Reigns is the obvious answer because the internet has told me so, and they have been planting that thought in my brain for the last 6 months that Roman Reigns is the obvious answer.
How so? What have they been doing?
Every single thing, because first off, they've been dropping these nuggets about, the title will look better on me. Oh, you choose. And then everything about him not being there, him coming back. Who better to usher in, 42, the main eventer of the last 10 years, right? He's main evented the last 10 years. So he has to have a main event spot. Everything about the stars is aligning for it to be Roman. And my pick for the Rumble is only Roman if Drew retains the title. Because what I said earlier, if Drew retains, the only winner that could get Roman, dare say this, the biggest star in this era. I don't know what we're calling this era now, that did now forever. Think that will solidify him. Because I mean, he has a different era every time he wants to get a new theme song. Apparently,
it's a new era
for the shows. Yeah, we're gonna kick it off. Are you ready? So I really think if Drew wins, Roman gets it, and who better to keep Roman has figured out to not be there and keep you excited, which is crazy because remember during his run we wanted to see him, but now if he shows up, his music hits, people lose their mind.
Oh yeah, lose their mind.
Imagine them losing their mind at WrestleMania 42 when that pyro goes off for 10 minutes and he gets the title back. Now if Sami wins, got a wild card in the mix that I think, if Sami wins,
spill the beans.
If Sami wins and he makes it to Mania, the winner of the Royal Rumble will be another Triple H. Thank you for doing everything you were supposed to do. And LA Knight.
Oh, okay. That's a different twist.
That's a thank you for everything because LA Knight, just like Drew, just like Sami, just like Shinsuke, a company guy, and I think that whole thing of it should have been LA Knight than this person. I think that's all part of season 6 of Unreal. So this will be his. This will be his swan song to get him there. Because I told you, and imagine who better to sit around these things because Sammy is going to get the crowd, but who's better to do the live tours? Who better to do the commercials? Who better to do the media than LA Knight?
LA Knight can't talk. If he wins, I'm cutting a couple dreads out of my head.
He can't talk, but guess what?
Hold on.
It don't matter. People love him. People love him.
On a media standpoint, he can't sit still long enough on First Take to hold a conversation, and somebody like a Stephen A. Smith will eat him alive.
Isn't he entertaining? Who said
no?
It's plenty of media.
Yes, he's a people's champion.
Yeah, he's gonna go to every. I want to sound stupid. Every sporting event and just be there. You know, and imagine
with his sunglasses and his arms out and his vest.
Royal Rumble winner. Yep.
All right.
2026 Royal Rumble. If he don't win that, he's gonna win Money in the Bank. So you got to give. You know he's gonna get one or the other. So you might as well get him out the way now.
Okay.
Get him out the way now because he's done everything. Because if he don't win this, he definitely gonna win Money in the Bank. Because my runner-up, if Sammy wins, is Sammy Nemesis, which I think that's why they keep saving it, is Braun Breaker. So it's between LA Knight and Braun Breaker.
That's not gonna be big enough.
Well, it don't have to be because think about it. Triple H can turn that engine back on. He did it. You know he will. It'll be big enough because you got Paul Heyman.
I don't think
get it over.
Braun Breaker is there yet. He's just not. He's not larger than life. He's coming. I think he's there. He's on his way. But it's like you talking about selling out.
But the point is, no. Think about it. If Sami Zayn wins, that's the only other person, right?
Sure.
Because that's why I said if Roman needs to go, he's going to be at the world title match. He's going to be that marquee. And I hate to say it, the biggest mistake the WWE will make if they give Roman Reigns the World Heavyweight Championship. Because once you give it to him, the WWE Championship is not going to be as important, just like when the Universal title was around. Nobody cared about the WWE Championship.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Roman was Universal.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened because Triple H was in that situation his own self when the official split between Raw and SmackDown and Triple H was awarded the World Heavyweight Championship from Eric Bischoff, which I was naturally confused about. I was like, why are they just calling it the World Heavyweight Championship? I didn't get it. It was a funky time for me when it came to pro. I was not happy. But
the Undisputed Championship went back to the WWE Championship.
Yeah, it was bingo. And SmackDown to me was the little engine that could. Paul Heyman took a lot of guys with some some key players and turned it into something special. But I didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not a fan of that. You couldn't tell me that Triple H wasn't the top. Was like you couldn't say
when JBL was the WWE champion.
Bingo. That's what I said. Like you can't. Right. It was like so. What I'm saying is I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H went back to that format because he's done it before. I mean, he was the biggest deal. Like Raw was Raw. He was World Heavyweight Champion, and then not too long after that.
That was the most important championship.
Yeah.
This is another. So the thing is too. I mean, the reason why Roman's my pick, and it's going to be in my prediction, Roman versus CM Punk.
No, there's no way in the world.
Paul Heyman trying to get involved, but Roman. Bottom line is Netflix is bringing a lot of heat. And WWE needs to stay. They need to compete.
With what? What are you talking about? When you say a lot of heat, what does Netflix bring in, and what does WWE do to keep up?
They got to compete with all these podcasts that's on Netflix. All this because all this stuff is on demand. So it's the same thing. Like obviously Netflix will win, but WWE needs to win now because it's other stuff on that platform. So. They need to bring the heat, and they also need that crossover ability. So it's like, it's time to rev up to get your moneymaker back and get the Tribal Chief going again. And what you do, he's on. He's been on Raw. That they secretly told us that after the debut. So that's why I think Roman's winning this, the workhorse title. I think somehow they'll do something with if it's true that. For whatever reason, Roman Cody's not going to happen. And then who knows? I mean, Cody could win the Elimination Chamber in the world title match at flip-flop. But I think Roman is definitely coming to Raw after WrestleMania. They have to make WrestleMania so big because it's the last one ever in the United States.
Keep on saying that.
I'm sorry.
Because we got WrestlePalooza. So
y'all really convinced yourselves that WrestleMania is only going to be
I hope that I'm wrong. Trust me.
Every year in the same place for the next
terms.
forever. Like, oh, it's going to be every year now. They're not doing
WrestlePalooza
that.
and
No
SummerSlam
possible
is
way.
our WrestleMania.
No, they can't. It makes no sense.
0. They're
So,
going to keep adding zeros.
so WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi every year. Like, that makes no sense.
Bro, think about
titles are going to be over there.
They are a global
the
company.
crowd reaction.
Yeah, but what has WrestleMania ever just been in one place ever? Because it's where the money is. That's going to destroy your fan base long term.
I know, but dude, this about the money, and that's what TKO. They don't care about the fans.
I think that's a word.
I hope. I really do, but thinking about it, even if it's not, the bottom line is they want everybody. You have to make people come back to Vegas. There's a lot of people saying they don't want to go to Vegas again right now because there hasn't been a card. They're going to give us a card worth saying, all right, let's run it back. Because if we're being honest, wasn't that great last year? Wasn't bad. WrestleMania 9 was better. They're going to bring. They're going to give us a. WrestleMania 9 was better than 42.
Cap. It was in a parking lot.
Look, one. Okay, look at one ended with fans cheering, regardless of what people may say, and the Dave Meltzers and stuff. Whatever fans were saying. One ended with people cheering, and the documentary will show you that. And one ended with people pissed off, looking confused.
That's because wrestling fans are entitled, and there was only 15,000 people at WrestleMania 9 in that parking lot. That's all it could fit.
And people was wondering where was the final boss last year.
That's their fault.
Because they planned it. Yeah,
John Cena said we get nothing, and we had a bad match.
Remember, we was all waiting for Stone Cold and at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah,
nothing. You can't take nothing away from WrestleMania 40. Everybody walked out cheering, happy, crying. WrestleMania 41, everybody walked out like, "What did we just watch?" It was you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, they blew it. That's fine.
Anyways. Yeah. So I'm just saying, one ended great, the other ended.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it did great because Bret Hart shouldn't have never been, but okay. Let's get Bret Hart on the podcast. Let's give his opinion on WrestleMania 9. And then we'll see.
So he can talk about everything.
See how he's like for that.
Hogan, the Hulk Hogan didn't want to put me over. I would have been fine with it if we'd have had the match at SummerSlam like it was supposed to. But Hulk Hogan acted like he didn't say that. No, Bret, you should be mad, but you all should be mad at Vince for playing both of y'all like a fiddle, like he always did.
Yeah, that's what he does.
He kept it was for the business.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going home. This is it.
Wait, who's your pick?
This is what I'm getting to.
Here we go.
There's a handful. I like the LA Knight pick. I really do. That's somebody I didn't take into consideration because I feel like Roman is the obvious pick, but I'm not necessarily sure that Seth Rollins is still as unhealthy as he may be projecting himself to be. Now you have to excuse me. I have a little pro wrestling PTSD. And I don't know the level of his injury or where he is now, but if they found a way to keep it quiet before, there's no reason why they can't find a way to keep it quiet this go around. So I don't know. Seth Rollins has been on a tear. He's the one that rebuilding. He's the one that did all the brunt work. He's the one that kind of not took a backseat, but he waited his turn. And there's a three-headed monster in WWE. And, at the time, and we're talking Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. I don't care what their ages are. Most wrestlers don't really hit their prime until they hit their 40s, especially in this modern era. So it's like that doesn't. I don't care what you're talking about. If you're not ready to be champion, I don't care what age you are. That's not that. I'm not impressed with the fact that you're young. But the reality is, it's like, what is Seth Rollins? What's his availability for the Rumble? If he's not available for the Rumble, that's different. But if he is, he's probably my pick. Nobody said he wasn't in the Rumble. Nobody said he wasn't, whatever the case may be. But if he is, I'm definitely going with Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins they're the one that they're like, but that's why Paul Heyman picked him in the first place. Okay, we did Roman, Cody's established, and Seth Rollins played his part in both these situations. Now we got to go back to Seth. Same thing with Liv Morgan. Let's finish what we started with Seth. Like, he's not getting lost in the sauce. We need him. They're the three-headed monster that's kind of carrying WWE right now, as far as major players: Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins has always been the workhorse. When Roman's not there, who held it down? It's always been Seth Rollins. You got Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is I love the side quest that Cody Rhodes is on, because him and Jacob Fatu, I need more of that. I'm not worried about Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre, but Cody and Jacob, I think they can go toward. I think Cody can really do some crazy things with Jacob, because Jacob is so different, and I think he can bring Jacob Fatu up. Is because the fact that Cody Rhodes is Captain America in WWE. We know what he wants to do. We know he's all about the WWE Championship and being QB1. And the fact that somebody has derailed that, it's almost like a distraction. And it's like, you've got to be a big enough distraction to pull him away from what he thinks he's supposed to have, which is that WWE Championship. But he's got to go through Jacob Fatu. That match, right? The way they did that.
Didn't he give off a heel vibe though? And what I mean is Cody Rhodes, when he was saying that, he was saying, I felt like I was in corporate America, and I had a white man with a tie talking to me about why I wasn't getting an opportunity. And I said, dang, Cody's a genius, because he didn't necessarily have to be turn on the fans, but the way he was talking to Jacob was volumes, and it was so layered. And then the way Jacob stood up looking at him, it was so layered. And I always said, like, Jacob just, like, everything about Jacob Fatu reminds me of my late Uncle Mike. Like, the vibes, the hairstyle. I'm like, bro. And I was like, wow, see, Cody can go into that entitlement bad guy as without being a bad guy and costing himself and the company money. Because it's still a small demographic, but he's showing a heel tendency to the people that resonated with Jacob. That's like, okay, when he said EBT to WWE, that made a lot of people feel something.
Sure.
So I think this feud right here, let him cook.
I think Cody Rhodes being a heel in that situation, I think Cody Rhodes' heel tactics is different from a normal heel. Right.
Bingo.
Like Cody Rhodes is priding like this, and this is you can't. First of all, you can't forget the key factor in all this. He's the son of Dusty Rhodes. Okay, he's a thinker. He's not just doing everything he does is done with intention. That's one of the Dusty Rhodes' main things that he always would. Like in his body of work, you notice the attention to details. If you don't believe me, this man walked around with a hinge on a cast at home. Because the Four Horsemen had broken his leg.
He told his daughter that. I mean, you talking about Dusty? Yeah, he definitely did.
You see what I'm saying? That's who his father is. So you mean to tell me you don't think he has that same thinking of pedigree? This is a guy used to be an executive when it came to wrestling. He was part of the creative team. Cody Rhodes prided himself, like I said, he's Captain America. I do the right things all the time. I show up no matter what. But now you got somebody that's causing you to act uncharacteristic. This guy's making you act out of character. And it's like, oh, wait a minute, Cody. That's not very nice. Wait a minute, Cody. You can't say that in front of children. Wait a minute, Cody. You're usually the one that comes out and you keep your composure and you don't lose it. But now it's like this person is interrupting me so much. It's causing me to act uncharacteristic. And to me, like, and then you start to see these heelish tactics doing things because he's losing it. I'm so upset that I'll hit you over the face with the belt when I shouldn't do that. It's not the right thing to do, but you pissed me off that I wanted to hurt this person. It's almost like, and brother guy, you'll appreciate this. Every Batman needs a Joker, right? But one of the main components of what the Joker used to do was he wanted to prove to the world and to Batman, you're just as messed up as me, and I'm gonna show you how messed up you. The Joker spent his entire career as a supervillain trying to get the Batman to kill him. Joker didn't care whether he lived or died. That's you can't. It's difficult dealing with somebody like that. That
was part of the fun.
He said, you just kill me. Show everybody that you are just as messed up as I am. And that's what a real villain does. It brings out the worst in the hero because it causes the hero to break his own rules, break his own codes, break his own morals. You know, one of the things, if you look at the old, there was a Batman movie where Batman was an old man and he was struggling he had one last run in him. And one of the last things he did was quietly kill the Joker. Nobody noticed it because he was like, you finally did it after all these years, Bat. You finally killed me. You know, the Joker laughed and dislocated the jaw and he was done. And it was almost like a secret. Like, man, I finally
The Dark
snapped.
Knight Returns.
Yeah, it was like, I finally snapped after all these years, I finally just, you know what, said forget it. And I think that's the heel version of Cody Rhodes that we're gonna get, at least right now, because Cody Rhodes turns heel, he'll be a bigger bad guy than John Cena ever was. Because Cody Rhodes can piss you off. Cody Rhodes was cool as a good guy in a suit. Can you imagine Cody Rhodes as a bad guy in a suit? So I'm like,
because that's the principle.
So bingo. So that's the thing. That's the version. Like I said, if there was ever a heel version of Cody Rhodes that I think we would see, is that. But I'm not buying the fact that.
But do you think it's heel or edgy? Because when you say that, I feel like he's trying to he's going to be the plucky baby face for the kids and make sure that he's smiling and shaking, but he's still trying to tell you, I got some grit in me. I got that. I can go to that edge if I need to. And that whole promo with him and Jacob, I think that promo was to show open up people's eyes to who Jacob Fatu is, because they keep giving us glimpses of him, right? Because, all gas, no brakes. That's what everybody's thinking. Then it was like, I think that was his here to do the business, especially you open the show and this man comes out jacked up and he just starts spitting because they see that works for him. Just let him walk through the back to get to his music. And it was like, oh, that's what we're doing. And for him to never ring the bell, that was showing Cody's grit too. Like, no, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. Let's fight. Don't let this suit fool you.
It's gonna be a problem because no one's gonna boo Jacob Fatu.
Nope.
He super kicked Cody and the fans went crazy. Not like cheering that it happened, but they were so excited about what was this is the art form we're talking now. Now we're taking this a tad bit deeper. This is the art form. The fact that Jacob Fatu super kicked Cody in his entrance, anybody else would have got booed. But the level of excitement that they created just because of the brawl had fans on their feet. So it was almost like there was no cheering or booing any bad guys. They were just excited about the action that was in front of them. And I'm like, oh boy, this is how you take two faces and let them go at it in rivalry.
And keep people excited.
Yeah, like the fans are too busy being excited to worry about who they're cheering for. That's a different level. You can get to a point where you're like, man, I don't care whether we're booing or whether we're cheering. We're just happy about what's going on. Let them fight. You know what I mean? You see a good fight and you're just like, man, that was really good. Yeah, wait a minute. Wasn't somebody supposed to be a good guy and somebody supposed to be a bad guy? Like, nah, who cares?
They gave them time to fight. So better than a match, they actually let them fight through the arena and they let them have time. It wasn't a pull-apart brawl that we keep seeing on Monday and Friday. It was, no, let them keep going. Let them fight. And I was like, not bad. Okay. Yeah. Didn't know I needed this, but okay.
It was fresh. It was exciting. And I was like, okay, this is the perfect way for us to go into the Royal Rumble season, because once again it adds another factor, another question mark, another wrinkle. But my pick is Seth Rollins. I'm going Seth Rollins. I'm definitely not sold that he's hurt. I pick him. So there you have it.
Where's Kevin?
Kevin's hurt, man. Kevin's made it clear.
I don't trust WWE with injuries. I don't trust
the fact that he's booked somewhere in Florida for an event. So I'm like, okay, well, he's clearly not.
But they got private flights going.
That's true. I don't know how fast you could sneak a Kevin Owens to Saudi Arabia, because I know there's a lot of diplomatic situations you probably got to deal with. But yeah, I don't. I'm really convinced that Kevin Owens is hurt again, but then again, he might not be. I don't know. That's what makes this all exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Royal Rumble is definitely going to be one for the ages. Like I said, we're celebrating 15 years of the wrestling run this year, so this Rumble is going to have its place. So we'll constantly ask this question: who will win the Royal Rumble? And we want everybody who's listening, watching, engaging with us to put your picks in the chat. Put your picks in the comment sections, and we can look at it and we'll address it and respond back to you, because this is going to be really, really, really interesting how this plays out. But yeah, I think that's it, man. I think we covered it. Obviously, we did not come to an agreement necessarily. We all have different picks for different reasons. And hopefully, like I said, we've changed some of your minds, those who are listening, those who are watching, and tried to, I don't know, maybe influence what you were thinking. But with this era, as much as Brian is just critical of it, it causes us to think. And because it's not as predictable as it used to be, to me, that's what makes it fun. But in the meantime,
not that bad. It's stuff I like.
Yeah, you forgot how bad it was, and it's like you don't remember.
that
You don't
bad. It was just
remember.
long.
No, it wasn't
and
bad.
it was so much more
No, it
that
was bad.
we could take part. But I mean, look,
like they Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then the next day on Raw, he came out and confronted Ezekiel.
hey, what would Triple H have done?
He wouldn't have done that.
Buried him.
What would he done? I mean,
Triple H would have Kevin Owens would have came out, cut a promo, and told everybody why Stone Cold cheated and it wasn't fair. And he demands Stone Cold come out there right now, knowing Stone Cold wasn't going to be there. And then somebody else would have come out, and then that's when we could have got a new feud with Kevin Owens, who he was supposed to beef with, not Ezekiel.
That was the
his face. No, Ezekiel with his face shaved, trying to convince the world, and now Kevin Owens is all of a sudden turned to Inspector Gadget, trying to figure out why Ezekiel's trying to convince us that he's the brother of Elias. That's what you prefer, Brian H. Because I don't.
Yes.
Now, realness, there's a question
I
in the chat. I
prefer
don't know if y'all can see
affordable ticket prices.
Oh, you're talking about business. He said,
affordable ticket prices and Roman Reigns as my WWE World Heavyweight Universal Undisputed Champion.
As if he.
Now, realness, you see that question?
Which
I think
one?
that's a question for Hollywood. The last one, just off the rip, off the wall. I'm sorry, just an off the wall question. Has a black man ever won the Royal Rumble?
Yes. Goodness sakes. We all know in 2000 The Rock won the Royal Rumble.
Yes, Rock is
not having this conversation.
No, I was going to answer it in the chat, and I want to thank everybody in the chat because the chat has been very informative and very entertaining tonight. So appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. Some people I think this is their first time joining us, but we'll say this chat
has a black man. Yes, his name is Rocky the Rock Dwayne Johnson Maivia Johnson III.
His last name is Johnson, son of John.
I keep the comments.
So, in the meantime, follow us on all our social media platforms at Wrestling Realm. Subscribe to Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube at the Wrestling Realm. Wrestling fans, this is it. We're on the road to WrestleMania. The Wrestling Realm is celebrating 15 years in 2026, and we are about to get the next big WrestleMania main event for the men and the women. AJ Styles could potentially be retiring, but guess what? We will not. We're going to be doing this for a long time. That's one thing I can promise you. We're not going any goddamn where. But in the meantime, wrestling fans, stay safe. Stay wrestling fans. We got a wrestling PLE at 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday. So that might be a different twist.
That's like a day party. Perfect.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of time for everybody to watch the show, do their content, upload their shows, and we'll see how this works out. And if they're successful at it, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again, according to all the pro wrestling fans out there that are nervous because they keep adding new zeros.
Oh my gosh, at 2:00 WrestleMania? What the heck, bro?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little awkward, but it's okay. It's fine. It'll be a nice afternoon party. That means if it's good enough, you can watch it over and over again. But like I said, in the meantime, wrestling fans, as we always say, stay wrestling fans. Be yourself. Love what you love. Enjoy what you enjoy. And on that note, we're gone. We will see you. But next time you talk to us, we're going to find out who actually won. And I'm sure we're going to have plenty to say about it. So with that being said, we out of here. Peace.
Houston, we have a problem.
For all exclusive shows and bonus material, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/thewrestling_realm. You can watch all of our Wrestling Realm content anytime on youtube.com/thewrestling realm.